Good afternoon, Europe. Welcome to this new keynote on SDGs Beyond the Pandemic of the Best Virtual Summit 2020. So today we have with us Patrizia, the Deputy Rector of Politecnico di Torino. Since 2019, Patrizia has been the President of the Italian Universities Network for Sustainable Development, which includes 77 universities in the promotion of the Agenda 2030. And in addition, she also coordinates the Green Team Office and the Circular Economy Platform at Politecnico di Torino. So today, Patrizia is going to share her ideas about the role of higher education institutions in fulfilling sustainable development goals. Without any spoilers, welcome Patrizia to the Best Virtual Summit. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this kind invitation. I'm very excited to be with you. With my virtual background that show one of our location, the historical location of the Valentino Castle, which is a UNESCO site. And I would like really to have you all once again in my school that I remember I will come to you many times. So thank you for this invitation. I will start sharing my PowerPoint, which summarize my speech. I hope to be able to be on time with the presentation. You just let me know if you see it in a good way. Are you seeing? Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So, well, it is a very important subject, but I believe that is crucially important, starting from what the Nobel Prize Stiglitz has highlighted, that in time of profound crisis, and we are in a profound crisis in economy and in politics, only non-profit organizations like universities can drive and can support and sustain a change toward a sustainable trajectory. We really believe that this is true, and the university has changed since last centuries. The role that is playing as a social role, as a civic university, civic role that is playing, not just supporting a growth-based economy and providing graduates for the market, but is co-creating the citizen of the future, the manager of the future. So education has a great responsibility, and particularly the opportunity for university to take the role of supporting environmental, social, and economical development through innovation, and innovation that is realized with other crucial actors in society, industry, civil society itself, in addition to the government, that provide fundamental co-creation of innovation. And we cannot forget the environment, not only because of the limited resources that we have in our planet, but also because the environment represent the future, represent future generation needs, represent life for the future. University play a crucial role for ensuring the achievement of the target and the all 17 goals of sustainable development. Not only the UN has dedicated one of the 17 goals in the education, that is the number 4, which is crucial and fundamental. Without education, we cannot have progress, we cannot have sustainability, we cannot have a future. But at the same time, a university, because of the missions that has got, which include also research, which include also third mission and civic role, as we just mentioned, play a crucial role in achieving all the other sustainable development goals. With the opportunity to provide knowledge, provide innovation, and and futurity. At the same time, the SDGs and the Agenda 2030 is useful for university because provide a framework inside which we can deliver our civic role and our university missions. So is a mutual collaboration and a mutual strengthness of effort that we can provide. Well, because of the crucial role of universities inside this society, and because of this evidence of the mutual collaboration that we needed to highlight and to realize with society for promoting the Agenda 2030, in 2015, we have officially instituted the Network of University for Sustainable Development, which is currently coordinated by Politecnico di Torino. And it involved about all the Italian university with the purpose of promoting the Agenda 2030, but also to increase the positive impact on society, enhancing the value that university can provide. You have to think that Italy has a very discontinuous and different geographical, territorial assets. And at the same time, this collaboration that local community can have with university increase opportunity for a real development inside the territorial context. The network involved more than 400 delegates working in different groups, focusing on climate crisis, mobility, energy, Western resources, education, food, and social inclusion. And here is a representation of the main focus that this different working groups has got inside with reference to the 17 Sustainable Development Goal. So as you can see, almost all the 17 goals are represented, and this means that universities in Italy are making effort in order to support and achieve all these 17 goals. Last year, the network has promoted and has been the developer of a sort of manifesto that is a sort of declaration that has been signed by all the universities in Italy, all the rectors in one of the official meeting that all the rector has got inside their committee. And this was an important step because it committed all universities and their governance in achieving sustainable development. This manifesto now has been implemented, and with this pandemic, we had a very stressful time, but also highlighted the opportunity of real effort provided by university. 122 best practices has been highlighted during this time. And thanks with the collaboration and the activities provided by university, it has been possible to support all the communities and all families and all students, not only them, in this very difficult situation created by this health pandemic situation. Politecnico di Torino is committed in providing implementation of the SDGs, and the strategic plan that has been published in 2018 2018 highlight the focus that is not just in we are the best and the excellence, but in the social impact. That means we want to serve society. And during pandemia, we have been the first in putting concrete and realistic opportunity of working group for supporting enterprising, for supporting the school sector, for supporting the sport and the health places to really have a new development. So it is really a big achievement because the collaboration with civil society and with the economical society has been important, and the proactive role of university was evident. At the same time, Politecnico di Torino has put some effort in relaunching the economy of the city, the metropolitan area that is really in a critical situation. It was in a critical situation even before the pandemic. And because for those who don't know, the situation in Turin that used to be really based on manufacturing and automotive structure. Well, after the leave of the Fiat and of this big company, the situation was very critical and is still very critical. And the only university, and Politecnico di Torino in particular, because of the linkages with the industry, as being a technical university, is one of the opportunity for development. And here you can see how this platform that are in a way are used for enhancing, for highlighting, and for putting research into the territorial context and meeting the need of the economical and social context is very crucial. Here you have different platform, and one of this is the circular economy hub that I am coordinating, and that is one of the opportunity for the metropolitan area to relaunch the territorial context. And together with this, other relating to aerospace, energy, mobility, and health, manufacturing, and urban regeneration. This was possible, and the achievement of the SDGs is supported inside Politecnico di Torino through a dedicated office, which is a Green Team office, which has been a model for many other universities, and that is producing implementation of the SDGs in different sectors, including mobility and the energy building, and taking advantage of renewable resources plants that have been generated and created inside the campus, as well as in the public mobility that is a co-partner in our strengthness of opportunity for avoiding car mobility and so forth. But also in food waste and water, we had very important collaboration with urban stakeholders, but also with our students. For instance, this is a video provided by our design student, and which highlight the need for using appropriate waste disposal. It's very nice, and it is also promoting with this short clip the the need for taking care of our waste, and which can become our new resources. But also in urban outreach and communication, we have a long list of student team supporting our activities, which are crucial for achieving sustainable development inside our campus and our context. We also got an award recently because the model of a green team can be also used for other public administration, and specifically inside the sustainability report that we just published, you can see also our effort with reference to sustainable development goal. We have mapped all our courses in education, and we now realize that we are very strong in, and we have great capacity in some of these sustainable development goals, which are not only in the number 4, but also relating to community and cities and industry and circular economy. You must recognize that since Polytechnic Turin is a technical university, this is quite important to highlight it. And we have also collaboration with the Joint Resource Center that we just launched a common PhD courses. We also mapped all our publication relating with reference to sustainable development goals, and you can see that some of this the same SDGs, the number 11, the number 3, 7, but also the one relating to climate crisis, energy, and industry is very crucial for us. We believe that multidisciplinary research is important, and this is why we created interdisciplinary research center. We also asked to people, to students, to our community, what are the SDGs most important for them? And you can see that for them, clearly, the fighting poverty and the problem of the hungry is quite important. But then we ask also, what do you think is most important for Polito? And for the Polytechnic of Turin, they think that number 4, the education, but also energy, as you can recognize, some of the environmental sustainable development goals are also highlighted here. I'm going to an end to say what's next. Next, after this pandemic situation, Polytechnic of Turin is serving, it is trying to support the real relaunch and redevelopment of the local community, the metropolitan area, by thinking to make this more resilient. And so anticipating change and thinking that, well, we just not want to think to making more strong rebounding bouncing back of the situation or recovery situation, but we believe that in the transformative power and capacity of the people, of the community, we really can build long-term resilience. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, Patrizia, thank you very much for the super interesting presentation. It's super inspiring to see that your university is like actively pushing for a change to implement the Agenda 2030. We have a few questions, so let's see if we have some time. Definitely for a few of them we will. About SDGs, basically, you said the university is pushing to collaborate with the external or industrial partners and so on to implement this agenda. But we have seen how now with the pandemic, some other problems are arising. Do you think that this new pandemic and the problems associated to it is going to shift this Agenda 2030? Do you think it's going to be now more difficult to implement it? What's going to Politecnico di Torino do if it's going to be working in the same line, or things are going to change after this pandemic?
Thank you for this question, because I really think that this pandemic situation has even more stressed the need for accelerating the achievement of Agenda 2030 target. And this is clear because everyone recognizes that this pandemic has been it happened because we live in an unsustainable world, and it's quite fundamental that we accelerate the transition. When I have an age that you see, I saw many change, and when it was starting the new millennium, I said, "Wow, there is a new millennium." I was studying sustainable development since Brundtland, 1987, and so I was really thinking that maybe in the new millennium we can make this transition. But unfortunately, we passed through many crises, including the 2008 financial crisis, and nothing much has been moved. I think that the pandemic has accelerated the transition. European research showed that the transition was already there, but slowly, and the pandemic has accelerated. I'm sure that there will be a change.
Okay, Patrizia, that's definitely, let's say, hope. Give us hope. I think
I am optimistic.
Yes. Well, hope is the first thing we need to have probably to start changing things. Okay, so we have a few more questions. This we're gonna move a bit more to the student world, as most of our audience are students, also technical students, as the ones from the university. And we were wondering, like, at some point you said with your initiatives, you are engaging students to collaborate with you. So how are you managing to engage the student? What are you doing? And just maybe to give some ideas to other universities so they can also engage students in these practices.
Well, first of all, we introduced a number of innovation inside our education. So not only new courses dedicated to SDGs and environmental sustainability, but also the approach that we use is different. We have introduced a number of challenge-based interactive learning approach inside our curriculum. We have introduced soft skills inside the vertical disciplinary engineering courses. And this is part of the innovation of the SDG 4. In terms of green theme, we are collaborating with a student team and association of students on a permanent basis. Students sometimes, sometimes they are connected with us through social media, but they really support our outreach event or most of the time, and at the same time they create really the opportunity for reinvigorating the sustainable development agenda of the Politecnico. They are really the real breathing engine for us. So there are plenty of opportunity to collaborate together. And well, I see that they are part of our community. So we are nothing without student voluntary scheme. They are also the teacher for high school. For instance, in the Friday for Future strike, we asked our students to go to schools and to teach to the student, because most of the time students in the elementary, primary or high school, they just make a strike, but they are not very much keen or understand what they are doing in terms of why this strike is important in terms of climate evidence. And so our students are great, and we can do nothing without. Yes.
Okay, Patrizia, that's super inspiring. We actually have more questions, but we only have time for one, and very briefly.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Unfortunately, we would love to have like this 1 hour, even more time conversation, but because we're a bit like right now. So, Patrizia, if you could like say one message to our network, to students, what would you say to them related to these SDGs, to the change, to call for action?
Yes, I would like to say, don't lose the opportunity don't lose the opportunity, never lose in life, and particular even during crisis, because during crisis you shouldn't waste the crisis, but make the opportunity to change and to move forward. And I really like the Gandhi ones, be the change you want to see in the world. I really believe in that, really.
Okay, Patrizia, thank you so much for these inspiring words. With this, we're gonna conclude this keynote. Yes. Well, from the organizing team, we would love to publicly thank you to be here with us today and have shared with us this super interesting experience of Politecnico di Torino with the SDGs involvement. And well, for everyone watching, stay close to the streaming, because in, let's say, 3-5 minutes, we're gonna have a super interesting panel discussion with actually youth NGOs. So we're gonna keep on this debate about youth. But let's try to understand the point of view of the youth. So thank you so much. Stay tuned. Thanks, Patrizia, and
thanks
see
again.
you all.
It's been a pleasure.